Now, I'm just going to get into the reasons why I don't like politics. The first one is the two-party system. I think this system was created to really get people to hate each other. A lot of y'all can say, oh, you're just speaking out of your cool, I don't care. But I think the president is just a finger for whoever is actually controlling the government. The fact that we have a two-party system contributes to 50% of the division in this country. People love the ability of staying on their side and going against another side. When you have something to go against, you have a reason to hate. If we had a third thing in the middle right there, people would be more inclined to find balance. Having a third party creates balance. The independent party is a threat to whatever has already been established. You can control the American people easier when they're split up in two compared to if they're split up in three. Now, let me tell you why it's important to have people split up in two compared to three. If you have people split up in two, this means 50% of the population are going to be going against 50% of the population. If you have it split in three, that means 100 divided by 3, which I'm going to assume is like 35-ish, because you will always have a favorite between the two most hated parties. Say 35% of the country likes ants and 35% of the country likes bugs. You will always prefer the ant side more than the bug side, but you can hate the two. And you liking the bug side is the compromise. You liking the middle is the compromise. Because we don't have a third party, we're encouraged to hate each other because we have to convince ourselves that whatever the other people believe on the other side is wrong. This will never make sense to me, because why the hell would we think that 50% of the most impressive country in the world is dumb? There's no way people out here who consider themselves college degree graduates believe that 50% of the United States is dumb. If you're a Democrat, it doesn't make you dumb or bad. There's no way 50% of the best country on the planet is stupid. No way 50% of the best country on the planet are racist. No way 50% of the best country on the planet are whatever by name you give it. You give them those names because you were programmed to, bro. Y'all got to understand the system and what we are living in. It benefits the people at the higher up to keep the two-party system going, because if it didn't, we would have seen a change. I'm just going to show my face a little bit, right? If you have three parties, there's a higher chance that 75% of the country can gang up on y'all. But if you have 50-50 two parties, it's only 50% that's going to gang up on you, and you have the other 50%. So it's like a safety thing or something that I see happening with the two-party system. And it's not like people are going to be civil rights and all that. We saw that with the split in the North and the South. People still go to civil war. But that was just a thought that came out of the noggin right there. Now, the other reason we're talking about here is how politics actually ruins your individual life. I think your individual life is the most important life that is on the planet. You as a person should care more about your life than any other thing in this world. When you care about your life, you have a higher chance of helping people around you. When you care about yourself, you care about your progress, you care about where you want to be, your goals, your ambition. Those usually lead to you being in a position to help other people. There won't be people out there donating to charities if those people weren't selfish enough to focus on themselves to get up there. So your individual life is very important. Politics takes away that individual part of you. Politics keeps you involved in things that really don't matter or impact you on the daily. You caring about what Trump and Biden said on Twitter, you saying that Trump is a bad person, Biden is a bad person, and all of that doesn't really help your life at all. Politics is the biggest waste of time you can have as a person. So the earlier you learn, the better. Now, there are some situations where you can say politics would be useful. For example, there's a civil rights situation happening in your country that is obviously hateful. If you see people being literally slaves, you will go out there and protest and get those people to not be slaves. That is the moral thing to do. But I think we all know when something immoral is done. If it's something that needs to be divisive based on politics, you usually can actually go on with your life and maybe help that person individually. Most things that are immoral will be immoral in a country like the United States. Things that are bad bring us together. This is why when things like 9/11 happen, you would get more togetherness within the country. As a nation, we all have some collective moral compass. You gotta focus on who you are as a person. Stop relying on what the government is gonna do for you today and think about what you can do for yourself today. At the end of the day, you are the one that have the most power over your life and your future. That being said, also means you have the most power over the life of your family, your friends, people that you care about. You as an individual have more power over that than the president, than a party. Start thinking about yourself and stop thinking about what these higher up bureaucrats are gonna do for you. It doesn't matter, bro. That is all I wanted to talk about though. Let me know your thought down in the comments. Without further ado, peace out, bye bye, game. Wow.